It hasn't been going so well and I just need to relax a bit, so I wanted to play some Roguebook. And I might as well stream it. So I have about 2 hours before my next lesson. So yeah, let's do a run of Roguebook. Hi Chris, welcome.
Fancy meeting you.
Let's do Aurora and Seifer.
Very well.
And let's head out. We wanna do Epilogue 3 today. I'm okay with fairy hunting, honestly. That one worked out pretty decently. Terra Incognita seems pretty hard. Actually, I want to try Compulsive. Compulsive Gladiator. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, let's see what we have. We are up against the Avatar of Greed. Imperial Ink. Glass Arrow. At the start of the battle, the equipped hero gains 3 power for 1 turn. I think that I will put that on Seifer, although let me take a look at the starting deck. We have the base deck for Aurora. Defend, defend, strike, strike, quicken. Wait. Shouldn't we get a strike replaced as well? We only got a defend replaced with an entrench. I mean, I like the entrench over the defend quite a lot, but let's put it on Seifer though. Aurora doesn't have like multi-attacks and stuff like that from what we've seen, so she's not really scaling that well with power. Rough Diamond and the Shadow Gem. Wait. Now we did get... Huh? That was a strike just a moment ago. I'm certain of it. Okay, that's pretty stupid. What does it mean they are mandatory? Can I not fight the boss when there are Vault of Wisdoms left unused? Probably. Magda's Fan. At the start of each battle, add a random card of the equipped hero to your hand. He costs 0 this battle. That sounds really nice. There's also the Ogre Belt. Do we want to socket anything already? Not necessarily just yet. Pay 0 gold to draft a card, but we can't skip. Oh, is it just that we can't skip? So if we look at it, we have to pick one? Tidal Force, attack for 15. If Aurora is at full life, this costs 1 less. I like it. Flash Wave is also pretty reasonable. Just giving us some healing for Seifer. We're up against the Avatar of Greed. I'm gonna go with Tidal Force. Let's go for the first fight. The first fight always takes a while to load, for some reason. Strike Frenzy should get us 2 kill. Means we only have 1 enemy left to deal with. Oh, a Stardust Pigment. I like it. I do want to move towards this Ogre Belt, so maybe something like this. This area is not that useful. We also have the Imperial Link that we can utilize. We can't quite get to this Sky Tower with the Imperial Link because of the unpassable terrain there. So I think we use the Imperial Link here. That's innate. Activates the Sky Tower immediately. That's an Alchemist. 90 gold to yeah, right. Prices are increased by 20%. Let's see. Kinda wanna transform the Quicken, because it's gonna be really bad against the final boss, and it's... I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad right now. Maybe I transform that on the second or third floor. I'm gonna transform a strike from Aurora. Enchant weapon, splash, and toad explosion. Splash attack for 10, hit an additional time for each sip in your hand. Discard all your sips. That is interesting. Toad explosion though. Attack for 8, summon 1 frog for each damage dealt. And then we put the Clash Stone on it. I don't think... We could also make an enchant weapon with a primal skull. But that would only really be good if we get to keep our energy. Although Aurora does have an ally that just gives us the ability to hold over energy, so... It's interesting. It could be a thing, certainly. That's gonna be a really good card to use against the final boss. If we can get it off. Just huge energy gain. But the Toad Explosion is also very tempting. It also has 2 sockets, so we could potentially increase the damage it deals. So we could summon even more frogs. And I know Seifer has various ways to make allies attack. So if we just have a huge stack of frogs, that could be good. I'm gonna go with the enchant weapon though. It might be a bit early to prepare for the final boss, but... I think that's gonna be a really good thing. An enemy loses 5 power this turn, draw a card. That's not bad. Draw 5 cards on Enrage. Mark is also pretty good. Critical hit. That makes... Doesn't make sense, but I'm gonna go with Hex for now. Let's pop some fights. I want some inks. No AoE yet, so this fight is gonna be slightly annoying. Frenzy is not gonna be enough to kill 2 enemies. But probably still worth playing here. And then we just take the hit for 11. This is a bit more defensive. That's good. Take you out, then entrench. Send Aurora to the front.
I can summon 2.
Okay, we can absorb a soul here. I like that. You're hitting the hardest, so we want to get you out of the way. Then I think we take the hits with Aurora and use her to heal up. Use her ability to heal her back up after that. And then Frenzy ends the fight.
Is that it?
Royal Ink, happy to have that. Let's pick another card. Battletoads, Fate Weave, Sulfuric Barrier. We could still go with the toads strategy.
I like this.
I like the idea of that. A shadow gem would be good in the toads. Where could we utilize our royal ink effectively? Here, we can get to this ogre belt. We have a bunch of 2-cost cards already. Enchant Weapon, Battletoads, Tidal Force, not usually. Absorb Soul Frenzy, sometimes Entrench. I'm not sure who to equip it on yet. I feel like Aurora might be the better option.
Find somewhere to put this.
Fine, let's pop a Rune of Sight. That's not that useful. That seems a bit more useful. Nice. Especially considering we are getting another Rune of Sight. Just like that.
I see.
Okay. I still want to get some cards. Mania, Wall of Mist, Liquefy. Wall of Mist has proven to be a pretty useful defensive card. Liquefy is going to be good against the final boss. But I think we want to be a bit faster than this time around. Let's do Wall of Mists. And Perfect Clarity. When you block an attack for the exact rate amount, draw 2 cards, they cost 0 for the rest of the battle. That's such a powerful effect and so hard to activate. We have the Burning Mine. When Seifer becomes enraged, draw a card and gain an energy, or just gain a card. Draw a card and gain an energy at the start of each battle. Kinda wanna try Perfect Clarity. That's gonna be really hard to set up. But we do have a few things that help it. Let's try it. That overlaps a bit too much with that Sky Tower over there. I do want to unlock some more fights, so I do kind of want to use it. Maybe here. That's a 17, and it does unlock us this fight down there. So basically an 18. Still need to find a way to make this enchant weapon playable. Blocking for the exact right amount would help us do that from time to time. Incoming is 23, we can block exactly 22. We can't actually block 22 because we can't play the entrench from the back line. I think this is just entrench and strike. Seal Aurora back to full so that we can play the Tidal Force and the Frenzy. Let's also do the Quicken so that we get the +2 strength on the Frenzy. And then hopefully we can absorb Soul to finish the fight. There we go. Precision Ink, that is very useful. Nothing all that interesting. This seems worth... No! No, that was the wrong button. I wanted to use a Precision Ink. Well, wasted Wasted a brush there. That feels bad. We gladly absorb your soul. And then we should hopefully be able to finish this. That doesn't look good. That's exactly enough. 9 plus 10.
Time for some tea.
We're doing okay so far. Another Stardust pigment. Can we like get close to the Sky Tower without too much overlap? That is not ideal. Wasn't there another fight we could access with the precisioning? No, I just took that one, right? This one down here. Maybe come from this direction towards the Sky Tower? Oh, that wasn't great. Well, I guess we have to waste some resources. At least we get some more ink. We can get to Magda's fan. That is a really nice effect. Let's also go to an alchemist. I think we transform another strike. Wild Strike, Tidal Force, Kappa T-Master. Whenever Aurora takes damage, add a sip to your hand. Interesting. I like the Wild Strike quite a bit. Shard of Hunting. Attack the leading enemy for damage equal to your draw pile. That might be good. We have a pretty large draw pile.
Interesting.
Because we can turn down Walls of Wisdom, right? Let's do some more fights here. I would like to Tidal Force absorb Soul here. It would waste a lot of damage. And Wall of Mist is just a full defense right now. 14, 19. Can we block for exactly 19? I don't think so. This is gonna be quite a puzzle, the perfect clarity, but I do really like the idea of it. Do we take 10? I think we take 10, but on Aurora. Oh, when you block an attack for the exact right amount. We don't need to block all the attacks for the exact right amount. That's much easier to trigger than I thought. For damage equal to your draw pile. 0? Why 0? My draw pile is 7. It didn't do 0, otherwise it wouldn't have broken your defense. We block for exactly the right amount. Quick and just to set up. Then it's Tidal Force into Absorb Soul. Healing back to full. Imperial Link, nice to have. Well, we have 24 block, which is not gonna be exactly the right amount. We also can't quite kill the backliner unless we take 23 on Seifer. 23 on Seifer is a lot of damage to take. I think we take some damage on Aurora. Do we do a will strike here? Friends is gonna be 15. We should probably quicken will strike. It is better. Not by much, but... Why does that kill? We deal 20. We deal 20, then we deal another 9 or 8. So we should deal 28. Let's see what happens here. We dealt 20, then 28? What? Equal to your draw pile. That doesn't mirror our entire deck. Besides, my entire deck is not 28 cards. I have no idea where that 28 came from. Weird. We get some precision ink. I am very happy about that. Let's put Magda's fan on Aurora.
I had one of these ones.
Let's take this Vault of Wisdom for now. Oh, Dragonfire. Dragonfire is a really good early pickup. Okay, do we know what we want to put these gems in yet? Will Strike seems to become a really powerful card. Maybe we want to make it cost less. Although I kind of want this to be in Seifer's cards instead. Absorb Soul, perhaps. And the Rough Diamond can go in... Hex, probably. Making it a better defensive option for us. I haven't even looked at your shop yet. Therian Shield, Spear of the Galnians, Branch of Tarum. I don't think I want Branch of Tarum specifically against this final boss. We do have a few melee cards. We have Entrenched, that's the only one. So the Spear would be okay. Not super exciting, but solid. Hate, gain maximum rage at the end of your turn. Hate, stay enraged until the end of your turn. Huh. Hailstorm, attack a random enemy for 8 times. And here I was thinking that Aurora wouldn't have great multi-attack hits. I was wrong. Attack for damage equal to Aurora's life, gain block equal to Aurora's missing life. Seer is really nice. That Hailstorm though. With a raw ruby in it, I need to at least keep that option in mind. Where did we gain just gain 23 gold from? Maybe it was just lying around and I missed it. Time for an elite fight. The Voice of Hunger. Whenever a creature dies, this enemy consumes them, gaining 4 power and skipping the next turn. And we have 2 creatures we can kill that way. Oh, it's a random for some reason I thought I would draw from our deck. Let's do a Fate Weave. Will Strike seems reasonable. Well, this is basically useless anyways. What are we playing this turn? Will Strike and Entrench maybe? That's not actually amazing. This 28 hit is a bit worrisome. Well, we're gonna stun you. Yeah, it's Will Strike plus Entrench, right? It might be Will Strike plus Defend. But we're not gonna play Tidal Wave this turn, and we do wanna play Tidal Wave when we can, right? We could also just Will Strike Tidal Force. And then we put the Entrench back, I like that more. Although then we use both the stuns we have available. Again, this does kill the front Tiki immediately. Really weird. Well, we were gonna draw the Entrench anyways. Might as well use it. Think we want to stun you again, if at all possible. Seems very possible with the Absorb Soul. Battletoad Absorb Soul. And then set up the Quicken if we can. For the extra 2 strength next turn. You're now debuffing, so we have some time to wail on you before we actually need to defend again. Frenzy is great with the strength from the switch before, and now we should just win this turn with any attack. Perfect elite fight. A raw ruby. Oh, we could really go for that hailstorm now. What happens if I try to go to the boss now? The boss cannot be challenged until all Walls of Wisdom have been opened. Yes. We do have to take every card we see. Okay. It's gonna be interesting. Windfall. Ranged gain 3 energy. It also triggers our Ogre Belt and will sometimes be 0 cost from the Perfect Clarity.
I like this one.
And it's... yeah, seems reasonable. Well, do we use the Royal Ink if we use it at all? We haven't found a Farrier well yet. So I kinda wanna use at least the brush we have left. There's just a heart down there. Let's pick up these hearts. We might as well. Because it's at the corner of the map, it's not gonna be that effective to use a brush there. We don't really have great places for either brushes or Imperial Ink. I think we're just strong enough to face the boss now. So let's collect the hearts. Let's see if we want anything from the shop. Hailstorm. And then we suddenly want power on Aurora again. Or we just keep that as a single big attack. That could be good. Just that way. We don't necessarily have to overdo it. Wall of Mist benefits a lot from the Therian Shield. I'll take the Therian Shield on Aurora. We do have a blocking sub-theme with the perfect clarity. Boss time. Phantasmal Might. Whenever you draw or play this, the other hero gains 2 power until the end of turn. Might as well play it, I guess. Can we perfect block the 12? We can't. We can block for 16. Hi Tamerlane, welcome. Happy to be found. We don't have a lot of AoE, so taking down these things might be somewhat annoying. Will Strike again is dealing 15 damage to the front target for whatever reason. So this is gonna be 35 damage in total, this is gonna be 32 damage in total, so Will Strike wins out. Although, if we do the Quicken and then the Hailstorm, that's gonna be 6 8 times. 4 hits on you, 3 hits on you. It's gonna be 35, 41 damage. Can we optimize that even further? 6 damage hits. I think we just throw out the Hailstorm and see what happens. Okay. I wanna keep Seifer enraged. We can tank that hit with Aurora and heal her back to full. Alternatively, we could use Hex this turn, but drawing 5 cards right now is kinda pointless. So I wanna save the rage. You're trying to eat now? Joke's on you, I'm gonna eat this. That doesn't count as eaten though, so it's not gonna give us the extra strength, but you will do nothing. Attack for 14 piercing, that's a bit worrisome. We can't block for 14 exactly. Well, we can block for 10 if we wanted to. I'd rather play this Tidal Force for 1. Defend Wall of Mist and then set up the Quicken for extra power, so we only take 1 damage here. Windfall into Enchant Weapon, we grant Aurora power. And then we just play out everything. And we should be able to win the fight before he eats again, so we don't need to deal with these Crocs dinners. Although we might randomly kill them anyways. We can just take the hit there. Fill up Seifer's Rage. We're gonna get a full heal after the boss anyways. Why is Will Strike dealing so much damage with that gem? I don't get it. Mask of the Predator. When you destroy an enemy, shuffle a hunt down into your deck. The leading hero gains 10 power for the next attack, draw a card. All the equipped heroes' cards gain retain. The Mask of the Predator would have some funny interactions with both Hailstorm and Frenzy, just leading to huge blowouts. That might be interesting, especially if we pick up more multi-attacks. But I am not. I don't think this is a good relic overall. It can compare to the Stone of Chalmi, alright? But just put the Stone of Chalmi on Aurora. Who really cares about the number of cards in hand? Acorn of Plenty. Doesn't work with Dragonfire. So what would we shuffle into the deck? Battletoads? I don't like the Acorn of Plenty. Fate Wave is good, Liquefy is good. The cards are just overall good, but we are gonna have so many cards in the deck. At the start of your turn, if Aurora has 5 life or less, draw a card. Receive no wounds when Seifer dies. When you have no cards in hand, draw a card. We take Quick Thinking. It's not gonna be ideal against the final boss, but I'm certain we can make some use out of it until then. And maybe we can even utilize against the final boss. There are certainly ways to do so. Aurora's Trick, promote Flamestoker. Flamestoker is gonna be quite good. We have a huge deck. So that's gonna be a pretty high amount of damage. We kind of have to use our inks right now. I think I want to use the Imperial ink to get closer to the Sky Tower. Maybe use it here and then use... it's not going to be good on the other side is the problem. We could use it here, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we would need 2 precision inks to get to that Sky Tower. And like an ink or something for this one. That's not super valuable, but it's good enough, I think. We could also throw away our hearts. We have lots of healing anyways. And just take this battle. Potentially find a better ink. Maybe we find a pigment and don't even have to throw away our hearts. Yeah, that's what we do. Trance. Draw until you have 7 cards. I really want to play this Hailstorm. So I will. I don't think Trance is any use for us right now, so we keep it in hand. Let's stay mostly defensive this turn. Yeah, just block all the damage. Wild Strike is 2 hits, so we heal up. Tidal Force, then Strike. An Explosive Pigment, and we don't actually have to waste our hearts there. This is not a bad Imperial ink. Let's get this Sky Tower. Golden Farrier, we have to deal with that. Let's draft a card first. Aurora's Promise. All of the other heroes' cards cost 1 less this turn. We have mostly Aurora cards, though I'm gonna take another Battletoads. Loyal Minion. Start each battle with a Brute. Sagacity. Start each battle with 3 Sips in hand. Or Expert Looter. At the end of each battle, gain 1 gold for every 2 cards in your deck. We could still gain a lot of money from that. But I kind of like starting with a brute. It's just 5 damage every turn, right? That's not nothing, and it enables ally synergies a bit more easily. Toad Suit. Summon 5 frogs, gain 5 block. Block equal to the number of frogs you have. Dissolve. I think we windfall. Might as well use the toads. And then definitely Hailstorm and Frenzy for maximum damage. Good turn 1. That is a useless hand, if I have ever seen one. At least we have the Liquefy soon. Why is the second hit 42? Does it just repeat the first hit again? It seems to just repeat the first hit the second time, which makes this gem absolutely insane. I didn't know it was that strong. Let's take another combat. Next attack on an enemy is a critical hit. I think we want to save that until we have a really big hit. Set up a Battletoads. Let's do a Fate Weave. More Toads, we can put those on top of the deck again. I'm gonna do the Quicken now. Dragonfire is a hit for 20. I'm not gonna get enough energy for the enchant weapon. Not this turn, at least. Do we just take the 38 on Seifer? We can't block it with Aurora. Seems like the most reasonable plan of attack here. That's 48 damage. So we can absorb soul afterwards. Good job, Seifer and Aurora. One more fight, please. Fugus. Aurora's Promise. Could make these cards both be free. The damage on this card is so ridiculous. It's a perfect block. And I think it's time for a kill. We do have the brute, so...
Is that it?
Normal ink, that will do. That will do. Okay, let's activate this sky tower. Now we have both sky towers activated. We can trigger the rune without having to worry that it reveals tiles that would be in a sky tower's range and as such waste part of its effect. When I get down to the yak hide, I think I am just gonna use a... Well, let's see. Maybe we find another ink or royal ink or noble ink. Repulse is a lot of block. And we absorb the soul of that yak. And let's throw out the hailstorm. It's not gonna be amazing, but if it kills the yak, we don't take damage. That gave us 10 block? Is there another thing that gives us block? This game has some really weird interactions. It's not very clear on how certain cards and relics interact with one another. That's a bit of a shame. Well, we do have the full block, but I kinda wanna do the tidal force instead. We don't block exact. Wait, we do both. In fact. For some reason I thought we still had energy left. We do not. So now Seifer takes an unnecessary amount of damage. Oops. I was certain we could kill it this turn. For whatever reason. This hit is too large. I forget about this shield all the time. At least we can do the absorb soul now. More precision ink, I like it. We should get to the golden pick actually. That's gonna be quite valuable. Let's move up here and then pop a brush with explosive pigment. Getting us the golden pick, so now we can more reasonably pick up those coins. Another wall of mist. Flamelick. Flamelick is okay, I guess.
Perhaps.
Another Battletoads. I'll take a Flash Weave actually. Get some more healing for Seifer. Kappa Study, draw 3 cards. Grim Siphon. Nah, I'll take the Kappa Study. We still have this Imperial Ink. Where should we use it? Well, let's see what this fight gives us. A Toad Explosion. Slightly worried about our defense here. I guess we just have to get some kills. We do have a ton of damage in this hand, so... it's the best we can do. Didn't quite suffice for the second Rakoan Evoker. At least we get to heal up a bit there. Let's swap around a bit to reduce the burning. Wait, yeah, I forgot that our allies were already gonna kill. Another explosive pigment. Let's discover this first. To an entrench followed by Toad Suit. Wait, why didn't we play Enchant Weapon? That would have been nice. I don't want Seifer to be in front right now. We kinda have to kill the frontliner here. We have 9, 25, 30. We have 31 damage easily. Yeah, I'll take the healing now. What's our options this turn? I think we just defend. Get them to take some damage to Delicate and our allies. We should be able to find a kill this turn, right? Maybe not. Although maybe we do. Nice. A roiling. I like that. Pages. Lots of money. Rune of Sight. An alchemist. That was a really nice reveal there. Okay. What do we want to transmute? Seifer's default strike. Entrench, Flame Blast and Sulfuric Barrier. These are pretty basic but quite good as well. Mirror Moonstone into the Entrench. Red Diamond into the Sulfuric Barrier. 16 damage, gain 8 rage. I guess that's not that exciting. I'm not sure if Mirror Moonstone is great on any of these. Fine. We take a damage barrier. An aggressive barrier there. We have to pick another card. Liquefy, Brimstone, Needle and Flame Lake. Flame Lake at least draws a card. Second Wind at the start of turn 5. The heroes gain 3 power. Seifer gains 5 rage. Walls of Wisdom can be visited twice. No, thank you. At the end of each turn, if Seifer is leading, he gains 5 rage. Second Wind, I guess. It will only really matter in boss fights and stuff like that, but... it does matter a little bit. Each turn gains 3 block, that's pretty nice. I should have just used a brush there, instead of using a precision ink first. Buy the treasure map, that gives us... do I even want that? I guess I still want it. It's not great against the final boss, but it also isn't useless. Not entirely useless, at least. A Feria well, yes. Plus 2 energy in our first 2 turns. That's extremely good. Let's pick up the Imperial Ink. Do we have a straightforward place to use it? Not really. No, we do. Another event. Seifer and Aurora meet a grizzled old kobold at the back of a tavern. His number of weapons is outnumbered only by his many scars. What do you want done, boss? We need you to take care of a problem, pay 50 gold to remove a card from your deck. Or we need you to get something for me, pay 50 gold for a random treasure. Yes, please. Lava Shield. Whenever an enemy attacks the equipped hero, they take 3 damage. I think we put that on Seifer. 11, 12 over here. Well, that wasn't all that useful. I think we picked up everything we have discovered, so we might just save the precision ink and the final brush for the next area where there's a lot more gold value. Berserker, I don't like you. Luckily we do have a really early powerful Will Strike. We also want to play the Repulse. Will Strike does replace itself, so we play first. Chaos Grace. Repulse. I think we just go for the damage. That is Dragon Fire Absorb Soul. Not looking forward to next turn, but there is a chance that we just have a kill here. Uh, 29 against 33. We definitely entrench. 19 block, you're dealing 39. Aurora can't tank that. And then we try to kill in the 2 turns we have before the enemy attacks again. We should play this next turn. Summon some Battletoads this turn. Let our allies do the damage and then use Liquefy to finish it off. Flame Weave to heal. That wasn't too bad. Start of each battle, the equipped hero gains protection. Prevents the first instance of damage this would take. I'll put that on Seifer. We have a lot of money. Let's visit the shop again. Item at Nadim's shop cost 1 less for each card in your deck. We have 26 cards in our deck currently, that's only gonna go up. Sure. We also take a Bloodfire Mask on Aurora, I guess. And leave it at that. Let's use 1 heart, so Seifer is mostly healed, and then enter the boss fight. A Fugu? Blessing of Maginata. Has the Blessing of Maginata. Power is increased by 5. Gain 5 block per turn, gain 5 power every turn. Okay. Until the end of turn, both heroes gain 5 power, but all cards cost 1 more. I don't think that's the turn to use that on. $17 block. This is basically... This is actually a lot of block. With the reduced power. Then summon some Battletoads right away. We block the first hit with the protection and then block the second hit with our defense. Okay, it works the other way around. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that Fugu doesn't have that much health. So I kind of feel like we're gonna end this fight really quickly. It's just 5 block per turn that they gain defense wise. Let's seems like a really easy boss. Ah! Okay, we have to fight Machinata himself. Themselves? That changes things. Intends to attack and summon more enemies. Worst case scenario, the enemy they summon could actually be another one of those Fugu, and we have to defeat that one before we proceed. So let's make sure we make this turn count. And by make this turn count, I mean win this turn. We're 1 damage off. An error occurred. What? Exit game? Well, that sucks. Is there a way to report bugs in game? Well, I guess I could dump it in the Discord. Let's see where we are. Right before the boss battle. That's what I expected. Okay, we definitely use the hex, we definitely... Well, we could double defend to keep the protection, I guess. Yeah. I think that's a better plan. This is another full, although not exact defense. Kinda hate having to not drop the Flame Stalker. I should probably prioritize that Flame Stalker more. It's pretty significant. Guess we can't really avoid having big overkill damage on that turn. Machinata attacking for 19 this turn. We can't enchant weapon this time around though. Well, maybe that way we can avoid the bug. I think we just try to absorb the enemy intent there with our protection. The hit for 19. They do summon a Necomata, but this one isn't blessed and Machinata is still attackable. think we should focus on Maginata. Nekomata having 40 block is a slight problem. Like, Maginata is easier to kill right now. We heal to full after this fight, so let's just tank the damage. This is a minion, so if we manage to defeat Maginata, we will win. Ah, okay, that's how it works. He does disappear. Attack for 55 in total. Wish we had the energy to also throw out the primal enchantment before we do so. But we don't. Honestly, this primal enchantment is probably never gonna be worth it, so I'm just gonna throw it out this turn. We should be able to finish this Nekomata right now. And Maginata right with it. Okay. Oh, it wasn't so bad. Chalice from the Palace? No. Ogre Club, Claws of the Predator is really good. Ogre Club is pretty good as well. Hailstorm doesn't count. Will Strike will. Tidal Force isn't quite big enough, but we could make it so. Liquefy will count. Absorb Soul can sometimes be big enough. Dragonfire will usually be. Frenzy will usually not be, nor will Flame Lick. Sulfuric Barrier can be if we put like a block gem in it. Nope. I think it's just Claws of the Predator. While the if the equipped hero did not attack this turn, draw 3 additional cards next turn. First hit each turn deals double damage. Also, whoops. What's going on with the stream? I seem to be losing some frames at the very least. Okay, I think we are back. Bitrate seems to have stabilized. Offline for a second. Weird. Gem of Evolution. This ally gains 4 spirit. That's really good. The next 666 attacks on an enemy are critical hits dissolve. Oh, that is so cool. I love it. Take it, put a singularity in it. Just deal double damage for the rest of the fight. Guide is also a really nice card. But let's see if we can find some of these cards in here. I think we just take a Fate Weave. I don't really want to promote or Primal Enchantment, and Fate Weave is pretty much neutral. Sixth Sense. Each turn the 6th card you draw costs 1 less this turn. Damage dealt to the other hero also increases Seifer's Rage. That's pretty good with Aurora as our second hero. The first hit of the battle inflicts bleed equal to half the damage dealt. That's also pretty good. Just get the damage online, but I think Sixth Sense makes a lot of sense. The 6th card drawn each turn, huh? So usually we only need to draw 1 extra card to trigger it. Or does it already trigger because of... No, Magda's Fan just added a guy to our hand. That's not a draw. This is the 6th card. So it was reduced in cost. Wanna have a Flame Stoker out, I think. Let's play a Fate Weave first. Kappa Study seems reasonable this turn. Hailstorm would probably kill the backliner here. And apply a lot of bleed. It's pretty good. Any attacks we want to play? Yeah, the Tidal Force. And we want to move to the back to play the Windfall. Should have done that in the other order, then I will be able to play Enchant Weapon now. Just summon a bunch of toads. Just our passive damage with the bleed and our allies will end this fight pretty soon. Normal ink. That's useful. That's Sky Tower over there. Normal ink. Precision ink. Oh, a super rune of sight. I like that. Fugoro.
I'll kill you, frog.
Yeah. Okay.
I will bring down the Ouroboros himself.
Let's do a transmute. We don't have cards that are like really bad at the moment. Luckily. The Liquefy is pretty underwhelming, but it will be useful in the final boss fight. I'm gonna transform a defend from Aurora. Maybe find a better defensive card. Familiar. Whenever you draw, play this, summon 3 frogs. Humbling Vision with a Focus Prism. Or even a Shadow. No, I like the Shadow Gem more. We have enough draw. We can't quite get to that normal battle. There's a thingy in the way. The other Sky Tower is up there. So we would kinda need some more ink. Oh. Well, that was decent. Let's actually activate this super rune. That might help us get to Fugoro, perhaps. No! Oh, what a waste. That's why I don't like activating super runes or general rune of sights in general before activating Sky Towers. Blood Sprite. Reduce an enemy's power by 4 for 1 turn, gain 2 block. I definitely want to summon a Flame Stoker. It's also Hex you. Can we full block? With the Stupefy we could. Sure, that seems worth it. It's not an exact block, but... it's another Flame Stoker. This enemy dies to the allies, so our protection is gonna block the hit. Let's do a Kappa study. Oh, Hailstorm. Think we go for the Phantom Strike instead. Ah, that thing spawned in front, huh? So it absorbs these 2 hits. I guess that's fine. We could halve your attack value, but that doesn't really accomplish anything because we're gonna absorb the hit with the protection anyways. Time to do some damage. Let's start with a Windfall into Enchant Weapon. Then we move to the front. Hit you with the Wild Strike. Moving to the front mostly for the bleed triggers. We're wasting a lot of bleed on the small guy there. We could just play double Humbling Vision this turn. We don't need 2. We only need 1, and we have energy.
Lambs to the slaughter.
I can summon 2.
I like the consistent damage we have going on. Aurora is at full life, so we can just play this. We don't quite have the kill. So we kinda have to defend. This is gonna be how we defend. I don't want to move Seifer to the front. Luckily this all works out. Okay, now we can move Seifer to the front again, that doesn't matter. Not when we have this much defense. Now we're just gonna kill. There we go. The snacking's working pretty well, but it's not very straightforward or something. It's just efficient for some reason. Oh, that's a gem. We've seen how OP this Shard of Hunting is in the Wild Strike, so let's make it 2 of those. It's a 10 and gives us the Hunting Cloak. If the equipped hero did not attack last turn, they gain 2 power this turn. We put that on Aurora, who can often just retain her cards and then dish out the damage all in 1 turn. Take another Flame Lake, at least they draw a card. Loot 1 on turn 1. That should make energy management quite a bit easier. Let's draw a card with Flame Lake. And we tank the hit with our shield. Yeah, this will strike is pretty insane. I take another sulfuric barrier. Let's get our relic back. Whenever you consume an ink, reveal one extra tile at random. That's a bit late to ever be useful. Gain 14 block, draw a card, and put a card from your hand on top of your deck. Sure. And we throw out the hailstorm. Hopefully getting some bleed on the frontliner. But also just eventually killing these backliners is pretty good. Flamestoker needs to be on the board. An Acorn of Plenty would have been good for the Flamestalker actually. And there's the Will Strike kill. Just that one card over 100 damage thing. Don't really care about Gabriel's Compass, but there is also a fight over there. We should probably have a mark in the deck. Can't quite get to that fight just like this. Can we? Yeah, it's because these two tiles are impassable. We can get to this fight though, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. That was a good amount of gold we got there. Summon 4 frogs. If you control an ally other than frogs, this costs 0. Tea time, nice. And we win. The boss is gonna be a bit harder than this. Explosive pigment, I like it. That gets us to that fight down there. Not a very well. 2 energy on your first turn and 1 every other turn. That is really good. That should help us quite a bit against the final boss. Well, I mean, the Farewell 3 was already quite good. The +1 on the first turn is nice because our first turn is pretty important. Good damage. We don't really have to care about defense on this turn, because we have the shield on Seifer, so we can just go as aggressive as possible. Draw first, maybe we draw into the crit. We did not, but this will end the fight anyways. Common ink. These hearts are actually pretty useless for us right now. Do one more fight. Familiar. Sure, let's cycle through these. Don't need to heal. We might as well get the perfect block amount so that we draw 2 extra cards there. This Windfall and Tea Time are both not really needed this turn. Just pump out some damage then. Oh yeah, okay. You guys really wanna end this fight, huh? Should have played the Wall of Mists before. Before killing the frontliner, but thanks to our shield, we have the full defense anyways. There we go.
Is that it?
We have all the passives, not yet. 34 cards. We don't actually have that many more cards than I usually do in a run, which is kind of hilarious. We have some final inks. There's also another elite fight over here, and we have to pick another card. Enchant weapon, repulse Seifer's wrath. Whenever Seifer becomes enraged, add this to your hand. Does a repulse though.
Show you my moves.
Charismatic, allies cost 1 less. Whenever an enemy dies, if it wasn't a summon, Seifer heals 3. Start each battle with 8 frogs. We take the starting frogs. That works best with what we do. For every 5 cards played in a turn, deal 12 damage to the leading hero. Remaining card plays 5. That's actually pretty annoying. You are annoying. We do Mark, Dragonfire, and Flame Lick. And don't trigger this, so that we can have our shield against an 29 instead of blocking the 12. have one more card play before the earthquake triggers. $68, yeah, okay. If that's all. Luckily we also have really good block this turn. 3, 6, 8, Kappa Study into Repulse. I think we trigger the earthquake and keep playing. Full block, decent damage, and then we try to end this fight with a hailstorm. Or even better, Wit Strike. Blood Diamond. Attack the leading enemy for damage equal to your block. That's gonna be really good. That's gonna be extremely good. I think we want that in a card that we can hold. Maybe Repulse. Repulse we want to play early though. Same goes for Tea Time. Same goes for Fate Weave. Same goes for Windfall. I think we put it in Tidal Force. What? Why is that not valid? Do we have to put it in a block card? Then I guess Repulse makes the most sense. Let's put the diamond in Windfall. Make that a little better. I don't know why I'm picking this up. It's really unlikely to trigger, but I guess there is a small chance that it still triggers. Oh wow! What a high roll. Summon frogs. Don't need to windfall or do anything else this turn. We do want to draw. Definitely want the Flamestoker out. That's... Do we even want to enchant weapon this turn? I guess so, because we have the Flame Lake to draw another card. And then we set up the critical hit. And hopefully draw into like a good high damage card. Liquefy maybe. Spends all our energy, but it means all these allies get to hit for full damage. Okay, that's really nice. There we go.
Time for some tea.
Another card draft. Dragonfire a bit too late for that. I don't think Equilibrium is any good. We take more Flame Licks. They do draw cards. They do replace themselves in hand. Costs us energy, and it's not always gonna be great against the final boss, but we definitely want Kalim spelled. I think I also want the Singularity to make it 2 cost free. We have some more money. We take another blood diamond, I guess. First hit each turn deals double damage. We should have taken that as well. Instead of the blood diamond. Although the blood diamond is good. Definitely is.
Interesting.
And we take a doom. If we happen to draw that early, that's just gonna be a huge amount of damage. Alright, we have some more ink to spend. Well, that was a whole bunch of nothing, and I think that's it. Time to face the boss. The Avatar of Greed. Heroes cards cost 1 more to play, but we get these doomed coins. Whenever Aurora takes damage, add a sip to your hand. I mean, it's free, might as well. Not much else that I need to do this turn. Maybe we draw into some... Yeah, we could draw into Aurora cards. And we can hold these in hand. So the draw is reasonable there. That's a lot of incoming damage. Humbling Vision is good. I want to keep the Hailstorm until we can have Aurora in the front and apply a bunch of bleed with it. Let's do a Flame Lick. I should also play a Dragonfire. Humbling Vision to reduce the damage, so we only take 16, which is just not enough to actually fill up our rage. And that's fine. I mostly care about getting the bleed and the allies online. I think we should... Well, I think we should set up Doom. 666 critical hits. We could use a Doom coin to play a Humbling Vision, but I don't think that's really all that important right now. This is when we play the Doom coin to use an enchant weapon. We still can't get Aurora to the front. That's just giant damage though. So is this. Yeah, I guess just killing the boss works. We didn't even use up the rage. That went well. Really well. I was a bit worried about that final boss fight, but we had so much damage that we really ought not to be... ought not to have been worried there at all. Spellwell. Choose a hero. Add 2 random cards of that hero to your hand. It's card draw, but it's weird... Card draw. Aurora's Dream. Draw until you have 9 cards. Reduce the cost of cards in your hand to 0 until the end of your turn. Whenever you dissolve a card, decrease this card's cost by 3. Dissolve. Costs 24 by base. That rings a bell. That definitely rings a bell. Yep, that used to be a card in Feria. Just like that, draw cards until you have 9 cards in hand, reduce the cost of all your cards in hand to 0. Real fun. Disintegrate, attack for 35. Enrage, attack for 50. This starts in your hand at the beginning of the battle. Oh, that is very awesome. Follow, ally. When this is destroyed, it deals damage to all enemies, equal twice this ally's spirit. You may sacrifice this. It's not aggressive though, so I don't quite get how you would optimize it. Because you can only boost aggressive minion spirit easily so far with Seifer. The further seems pretty hard to use. But who knows, maybe we can find a way to do so. Let's spend our pages. I do want to get the second starting ink. The second replacements there. This now costs 80, so yeah, the cost goes up by quite a bit. Golden Touch is pretty significant. Super Runes is pretty nice. Ink rarity is just straight up good. Like, although Precision Ink I think is a low rarity ink, and that one is quite useful. Increase the chance of replaced cards are of higher rarity or have extra sockets. I don't really care too much about those. Additional hearts, they are not hugely important. I think what I care about most is Golden Touch, Deep Pockets, and Super Runes. We can get 2 out of these. I'll take Deep Pockets and Super Runes.